Hey everyone, Alex here with Android Headlines, and we're here to unbox the Moto G4 Plus. Now the Moto G4 Plus here is basically the same as the Moto G4. The only real difference is the fact that it has a fingerprint sensor. So we still have that same 5.5 inch Full HD display, the Snapdragon 617 octa-core processor inside. The camera does have laser autofocus, something that the regular Moto G doesn't have. Now of course this also has 4G LTE for all four of the networks here in the US, so that's Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, and T-Mobile. Now we'll go ahead and open up the box, and right here on top we see the Moto G4 Plus. And of course on the screen protector you'll see a bunch of the different features that are included. And at the bottom you'll see that fingerprint sensor, and it looks like there's a microphone hole next to it. Now inside the box you'll see right there underneath it shows you how to insert the SIM card. Now it is a micro SIM card, but it has an adapter inside so that you can use your nano SIM card without having to get a new SIM card, which is pretty nice. So here we have the turbocharger again, so you'll be able to charge up your Moto G4 Plus pretty quickly. And of course we have a micro USB cable here because it is still a micro USB and not USB Type-C like what we have on the Moto Z and Moto Z Force. That should be coming out later this month on Verizon. And underneath that we have all the paperwork that comes with the Moto G4 Plus. And of course you can read that if you want, but most people probably don't read it. So we'll put all that stuff back in the box and toss that aside for now because we're here to check out the phone. So here on the right side you have your power button and volume rocker, just like on the Moto G4. The back you have your 13 megapixel camera with laser autofocus, your flash, and your Motorola Dimple. Up top is your 3.5mm headphone jack. At the bottom you'll have your micro USB port. And now if you pop off the back of the Moto G4 Plus, you'll see that there is a micro SD and micro SIM card slot back there. Now for micro SD it will support up to 128 gigabytes. And it already goes up to 64 depending on the model you get. You can get either 16 or 64 of internal storage. And we'll peel off this front screen protector here and boot up the phone so we can see what's going on with the Moto G4 Plus and get it all set up. And now that we have it turned on, we'll go ahead and get started, select our language, and then we'll log into our Wi-Fi real quick. And now that it's logging into our Wi-Fi, it's going to check the connection, which can take a couple minutes, but normally doesn't take all that long. And moving on to our privacy, we're going to select accept and continue. And now it's looking for software updates, which there really shouldn't be any since the phone is brand new. It's not even actually available yet. Now if you have another device you can copy your content over, but since we have so many devices with different content on it, we're going to skip that. Now it's asking us to log into our Gmail, so we'll do that real quick. Now it's checking info. Now it moves on to Google services, to ask if you want to back up your data and all that good stuff. Now it's asking us if we want to set up any other emails with this device, and we'll select no. Do that later on. Now you can get your apps and data from another device, but we're going to set this up as new. And go ahead and hit next, and then we'll set up our fingerprint here. Now it's going to ask us to do a secondary security here, so we're just going to do a quick pattern just to get it over with. And now we'll just hit show all notification content, and now that we've shown the phone that we found the fingerprint sensor, it is time to go ahead and register our finger. Now because it is on the front, you'll want to probably do more than just your thumb, or at least I'll probably do more than just my thumb, and you want to put the finger at different angles so that way it's more accurate. Of course you can add other fingers now, or you can wait and do it later on. Now of course you're going to opt into Google Now because why not? And you can keep up to date with Moto here, or you can decide not to be signed up to stay up to date with what's going on with Motorola. And now we're here in the UI, and it looks much the same as the Moto G4 and most other Moto devices as well as Nexus devices, because it is stock Android 6.0 Marshmallow. So as you can see here, we're running the 64 gigabyte version here, so this is going to be 4 gigabytes. And you'll see that we're running Android Marshmallow. So that's the Moto G4 Plus. We're going to have a whole lot more on it. Obviously a full review is coming up pretty soon. So make sure you stay tuned to us here on YouTube as well as AndroidHeadlines.com.